A roll call, please.
Chris Miller.
Here.
John Clark.
Here.
Chris Colbert.
Here.
William Gilbert. Patricia Griffin. Kirk Martin.
Here.
Scott Tracy.
Here.
All right, thank you. Public comment. Any member of the public may address the Airport Commission on any subject matter within the jurisdiction of the Airport Commission that is not on the agenda. Do we have any comment slips?
I have no speaker slips.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. Oh, I'm sorry. Changes to the agenda?
No changes.
All right. Notices. The lease review subcommittee meeting scheduled for Thursday, August 5th was canceled. And on Thursday, August 12th at 5:25 p.m., the Airport Commission Secretary duly posted this agenda on the bulletin board at Airport Administration. And where's those liaison reports? Aren't they always up here? Oh, they're down there. Okay. I guess that takes us, sorry. Excuse me. I thought they were up here. The consent calendar. Do we have any items to be pulled or changes to the consent calendar?
None that I have.
Okay. Any questions on the consent calendar? It being the approval of the minutes and about 16 lease agreements. Okay. Do I have a motion?
I move that we accept the consent calendar.
I second.
Okay. All in favor of approving the consent calendar as submitted?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Okay. With that, abstentions? Okay. The consent calendar
Thank you.
is approved as submitted. All right. And our liaison reports, I believe we do have the Honorable Goleta Council Member Easton with us this evening.
I come before you with a problem.
Oh,
Your exceptional promptness in starting the meeting is commendable, but I fear that it embarrasses my cohort and esteemed colleague from the city of Santa Barbara. And perhaps if Goleta time could be 1 minute later than the absolute accuracy that I'm sure the airport maintains,
absolutely.
it might allow him just a little bit of leeway. Beyond that point, I would really say I have nothing to say except to listen with awe to your meetings.
If we were to do that, though, it may disturb the space-time continuum.
Well, I do understand where the center of the world is. At least as thought by many people. I spent some time in the East not too long ago and suddenly realized that there is another world and it has some stores that we've never dreamed of having, much less a Target. But that's a whole nother subject that I won't begin to bring up on foreign ground as an ambassador. Anyway, I know the council is looking forward to its tour. I think we have a full house for that. And I'm just going to, play it cool. I've been there. I've done that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, well, let's see, our City of Santa Barbara liaison, as was observed, has not joined us. So that brings us to the director's report.
All right. Well, the passenger count for July was up 4% compared to July of 2009, and year-to-date we're up 0.3%. So as far as I'm concerned, that's good news. Certainly Frontier has helped us keep a positive direction on our passenger count. As you know, Delta is discontinuing their 2 flights a day to Salt Lake City starting September 12th. Their 50-seat regional jet fleet is being reduced, and that is one of the primary reasons for their departure. We are, for all the service that we have recently lost, working on trying to find replacement airlines or replacement service, as we always do with our air service development program. The Airline Terminal Public Arts Program, yesterday, City Council approved the third agreement for the third piece of commissioned art with Colleen Kelly and Alfred Ramirez, and they're doing the kelp theme of the elements for the wrought iron railing. So we're on our way with all three pieces of art and working with the Pierre Clyson's Museum on art that they wish to commission. So the program is going pretty well for its beginnings. The terminal project, the foundation system and the steel framework is done. The interior of the building is starting to fill up with steel studs. They're continuing to finish up the roof decking and first floor metal stud framing of the building, and beginning on the second floor metal studs. So it's coming along, and we're dealing with any subcontractor issues in the course of proper procedures and all that sort of thing. The Gledo Slough Tidal Circulation Project, this is the last piece that's associated with our mitigation for the runway safety area project. If you recall, we did a demonstration field project first to see if opening parts of the slough or reopening it to tidal circulation would increase bird strikes. And after a 3-year study, which include bird monitoring and so forth, it was determined that it didn't make it any worse, but actually helped improve it somewhat. So we've, gone through with speaking with the FAA about that. We just put the last piece of this project out to bid. The bid came in at $855,000, and that was like $1 million less or so, a couple million, less than the first part of the project that we did. So I think the state of construction out there is working to our favor once again. And that will go to council next Tuesday for approval. Also with the terminal project meant to mention, on August 27th, we'll be taking Santa Barbara City Council and the Gledo City Council on a tour of the terminal construction. So I think they'll have a good time and enjoy it, as you all did. And that really concludes what I was going to point out on the director's report. If you have any items you'd like me to elaborate on, I'd be happy to.
Care to mention anything on the work of the opening subcommittee activities? Or
Why don't you go ahead?
other than
You want to say anything? Well, we've...
I'd be happy to, but...
Do you want me to
yeah.
dive in there and then...
Yeah, I'll let you
Okay.
dive in. I don't know
Okay.
exactly what you would feel comfortable in,
Well,
preemptive information out there.
we have met with the grand opening subcommittee. It's comprised of 3 commissioners. Jenny Brush, who's the executive director of the Santa Barbara County Arts Commission, airport staff. Did I forget anybody? Hope not. And basically we talked about theme for the events, and we came up with the art of travel, since we're kind of highlighting the arts program and the gala event. We would have, let's see, 4 events during the week before the opening. We would have an employees event during the day with the employees that work in the terminal building, as well as employees who have worked on the project, whether they're the contractors' employees or architects or so forth. We would have a tour for the disabled community. We wanted to give them an opportunity to kind of go around the building and see it without it being packed with people, and look at the amenities and that would make their travel better. And then we would have a gala event on the Friday night, and it would be a fundraiser for the Terminal Public Arts Program. So a portion of, we would have a charge to attend the gala, and part of that would go towards the Terminal Arts Program. Then on the Sunday following the gala, we'd have a public open house that would be free, and the public would have, would be open for, 5 or 6 hours, and the public could come through, and we would have tours and displays and that sort of thing to allow the public to go on both floors of the terminal, because once we occupy the terminal, only ticketed passengers are going to be able to go to the second floor. And so we're just now starting. We've talked about a theme of having different activities going on during the gala event, so it's not just a cocktail party, stand around and what do you call that? Not connect, but
Network.
networks.
Mingle.
So anyway, we're working on that, and and having some kind of fun activities going on, and music and that sort of thing. So we're kind of in the beginning stages. We need to find a place for people to park, so we're looking for sites for that. That's one of the probably biggest issues we need to address quickly. And then looking for caterers and kind of detailing out the different events. So probably by next month's meeting, I'll have a little more detail, and I can hand it out in terms of a event plan that we have to date. But I think it's going to be fun. And
A lot of logistical challenges.
yes, there are.
Well, thank you. That's perfect.
Oh, Mr. Chair, I did want
Yes.
to point out that the city yesterday gave a report to council on its sustainability achievements for 2010. And they put out quite a nice brochure that talks about the achievements, as well as information that homeowners can use for water savings and so forth. It's also, the brochure is available on the city's website. I thought they did a really fantastic job of putting this together. And of course, we were mentioned for our quick turnaround facility for the rental car and LEED Gold, and then also for our wetlands restoration activities that we did with the Runway Safety Area Project. So anyway, I just thought I'd highlight that, as it's quite a nice brochure.
And printed on recycled paper.
Of course. The next year, staff has been asked to make it a report you could eat afterwards. So.
Okay. Any other questions on the director's report? Okay. I'm afraid that takes us to the end of our agenda. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
Second?
In favor of adjourning?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? We are therefore adjourned. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.